So Brene has been found liable. She now owes Akira $1.5 million for stealing another woman's husband. The verdict is in, and after days of testimony, tears, and chaos, the jury didn't hesitate. Akira just won one of the wildest courtroom battles the internet's ever followed. $250,000 for alienation of affection, plus over $1 million for emotional and financial damage. For months, Brene bragged online about taking Akira's man, mocking her as jealous and bitter. But today, that arrogance came with a price tag. Akira stood in court, surrounded by supporters, breaking down when the verdict was read. After being humiliated online, she finally walked away with justice and the proof that she wasn't crazy. She was right. Social media is calling it karma in real time. Brene went from the other woman to the woman who owes $1.5 million. And now, fans are asking the same thing. What happens to Tim? With no money and no clout left, insiders say he's next in line for legal trouble. For Akira, this isn't just a win. It's a message. You can't destroy someone's marriage, gloat about it, and think you'll walk away untouched. She lost her husband, but Brene just lost everything else.
So, gossipers, this is a hot story that's going around. It's trending. People were like, they've never heard of this. They didn't know it could be done. Basically, a wife, who's jilted, filed for, the breakup of her marriage because her friend took her husband, who was the friend's manager, and just everything like that. And so we're just going to read a quick article. So you see the video there where it says she won $1.7 million. Now that's the wife. The TikTok star, she has to pay the wife. But let's go into this story because I'm just getting into it. I did see it yesterday, but I wasn't quite sure. But now that a verdict is in, and this TikTok influencer, let me say her name. Oh, her name is Brene Kennard. Brene Kennard. So she's popular on TikTok and on Instagram. So she took her friend's husband, who was her manager, and the wife, she was able to file a lawsuit. Basically, she was abandoned then by her husband, and people are like, they've never seen this. They didn't know it could be done. So we're going to read this quick article so we get an idea of how it get to where it was. So it says TikTok influencer ordered to pay $1.75 million for destroying manager's marriage. North Carolina is one of the few states that allows jilted spouses to sue someone for interfering in their marriage. Okay. So this is Durham, North Carolina. A North Carolina woman will have to pay $1.75 million after jury found her liable for destroying a Durham couple's marriage. The lawsuit filed in Durham County Court accused Brene Kennard, an influencer with nearly 3 million followers on TikTok and 274,000 followers on Instagram, of seducing and having an affair with her manager, Tim Montag. She has received justice from losing her husband and the father of her children, said Robinetta Jones, who was the attorney for Erica Montag, Tim Montag's ex-wife, Erica. The jury found Kennard liable for criminal conversation and alienation of affection, WRAL reported. North Carolina's alienation of affection law allows a spouse to sue the person they blame for an affair that ends a marriage. Wow. North Carolina is one of the few states that allow jilted spouses to sue someone for interfering in their marriage. Akira Montag, who brought the suit to civil court, married Tim Montag on October 20th, 2018, according to the lawsuit. Akira Montag claimed the affair caused her mental anguish, damage to her health, and deprived her children of a two-parent household. Kinyard slammed the verdict, saying Akira Montag knew her marriage was over and allowed the affair. She gave her consent, Kennard said. She said it was okay because she knew her marriage was over with and it was done. Damn. The alleged affair played out both in the manager's home and on Kennard's social media, Akira Montag claimed. Tim Montag eventually left his wife for Kennard. In previous North Carolina cases involving alienation of affection, plaintiffs have received millions of dollars. Wow. In 2011, Carol Puryear was ordered to receive $30 million from Betty Devin. Carol Puryear was the former wife of Donald Puryear, who owns a trucking company in Raleigh. The settlement is the largest of its kind in North Carolina history, according to court records. In 2018, NFL star Fletcher Cox was sued by a North Carolina man named Joshua Jeffords, who claimed the football star had an affair with his wife. The lawsuit ended in an undisclosed settlement. In 2021, former Senate Rick Gunn settled a lawsuit filed by Arthur Jones for $3 million. Gunn was accused of having a long-running affair with Jones's wife, who was Gunn's legislative assistant. So there's a law. This is all in North Carolina with all these other laws. So basically what it was, she is working with Mr. Montag, right? And I guess during working together, and I guess he must have hinted that he was not happy at home. He was having problems. They started an affair, right? Allegedly. Because I can't even say that because now they're married. But, she's saying that she asked the wife for permission, or she was told, or the wife gave her permission to start sleeping with her husband. She can go hang with the husband because the marriage was falling apart. And the gossipers, what are your thoughts? Everyone is talking about it because they're saying it's not something that happens often. But to see that we've read 3 other cases where spouses were granted money because of, the alienation of affection from their other spouses. Why? Because everyone here was cheating, right? Sounds like everyone was cheating. I don't get it. If you're not in love, I know it's easier said than done. And you're like, if you're not in love with the person, get a divorce, separate, get paperwork showing that you're no longer together so you don't wind up being, seen as a home wrecker or whatever circumstance might be. But yeah, people on social media are going in, they're like, wow, are we gonna see more people now start suing the ex-lovers or the girlfriend of the spouse that was taken, either or, right? And yeah, they said North Carolina is one of the few states that allows, and they use the word jilted, spouses to sue someone for interfering in their marriage. So, like I said, they are now married, and hopefully they can get past this. I don't think she has that money to pay. I think she said she doesn't have it, so we'll have to wait and see. Gossipers, what are your thoughts?